Men and women don't even respect each other. Marriage is not respected. There's the side chick, the side dude. Don't nobody respect anybody. Our sense of community and values are no longer the same. It's just like something now that we may read about. I'm really like afraid of what's to come. Y'all, welcome in. We just having a conversation. I'm gonna tell you all's my truth about living and working here in America, and why America is really just basically falling away. It's real scary to live here. All of our value systems have been lost. Even though I grew up real poor, we loved each other. We had a sense of community, and that meant everything. It made it so much easier to live and to exist when you're surrounded with love and community. It's not like that anymore. Community is a thing of the past. And I don't know if it'll ever change, y'all, but we're just having a conversation. Today is Christmas Eve, and I hope everybody is enjoying their holiday. I'm just having a conversation with you all. Just want to talk about my truth here. I grew up very poor, didn't have a whole lot. 2 working parents, they worked very hard. We sat at the table and we ate dinner, we laughed, we talked. Even though we didn't have a whole lot, we had that love and support for one another. Our community was the same way. It wasn't these are the big people, these are the little people. All of us grew up struggling and just trying to make it, but we had community, we had that support. It kind of gave us a little leverage just to survive. I was fortunate to have a mother and a father in the house, and they both worked. They instilled Christian values into me, so I did go to church every Sunday. I used to hate going to church every Sunday, y'all, but that's how I grew. That's how I grew and fell in love with God. Let me tell y'all about my community. You could hear children actually laughing and playing outside, playing hide and seek, playing OUT out. Red light, green light. You can hear children playing, running around, riding their bikes, riding their skateboards. It was a live and active community. We didn't have a whole lot, but we had a ball. We had creative minds to make up things. We did double dutch. Y'all remember double dutch? Y'all remember Mary Mac? We did all of that. We just had a great time in our community. Community is just not the same anymore. I grew up, we had community centers. You could go and learn about sewing, and we had dance class, we had cooking classes, we played basketball, football. Children were safe then. You could leave your child at the community center and you just knew that they were gonna be safe because you had those strong women back then. They were not going to let anything happen to your children. They love children, but now children are being sex trafficked. People are profiting off of children. I never thought I'd live in a crazy society like this that harms children and make money and profits from it. It's disgusting. We're going to talk about the church now. Church back then, growing up in my generation, Generation X, we had Vacation Bible School. We had programs at the church. We had real prayer services for real. We were committed to praying for one another, helping one another. You could go to the church if you needed some food. They'll try to help you out as best as they can to pay utility bills. Did nobody look down on you? Because we was all coming up struggling, but we had this sense of community, which we don't have that anymore. Everybody is about focus on status and profit now. We had those strong church mothers in the church when we had Vacation Bible School. You got a whole entire meal. I mean, they really put love in the food that they gave the children. Community is losing its savor. And I'm going to tell you at the end why, but y'all can let me know why y'all think it is. But this is my brutal truth of how I see things now. And I miss the former things. Let's talk about the teachers back then. Teachers had a real passion to teach children. And they didn't move on from that lesson until you got it. They wanted to make sure you knew your timetables, how to add and subtract and all of that. They didn't move on to the next level until you got it. But now teachers are under so much policies and politics that's in the school system that they move on. They don't care if you got it or not. We got to move on because the policy says. And these politicians, they don't care anything about our children. Teachers were stern, mean, and fun at the same time. They were passionate. They were free to be creative in their job. They made us want to learn. And you did not confront or disrespect your teacher. There's no more values and ethics. Teachers are sleeping with the children. Some teachers getting pregnant by students. Where have our values went? It's just a whole entire different world now. To be a teacher back in the day was seen as a form of respect. Oh, we honor and we value teachers. That was a honorable position to be a teacher. I really don't think good teachers get the support that they need. There's so many politics in school systems now. Some schools get more funding than other schools. That's here in America, y'all. Different communities get different fundings. And you would think that everybody is worthy of having a good education here in America, but it's not like that. If you got a college degree growing up in my generation, it was guaranteed you was going to find a good job. You may not find a job in your field of study, but you would find something with a bachelor's degree and a master's degree. There's so much competition for jobs now. And Gen Z said they're not working like Gen X or the baby boomers. They don't want to have nothing to do with that type of work ethic. Men were different too. And if you're a good man, don't get offended, but we know things have changed. I don't want all the offended men to come in here putting stuff in the comments. But men were different. They knew how to change a tire. They knew how to fix things with their hands. The men valued going to work. I mean, you had some men that was just not equipped to be a man. Let's just say that we had, in every community, in every family, there are men that's limited. We're just going to say that they're limited. But for the most part, men were good at their hands. They could fix a car. They were gentlemen. They were different men. They will open the door for you, be courteous and respectful. I don't see men doing that anymore. They don't. A lot of them don't open doors anymore. That was a thing of the past. You stopped on the side of the road, they would help you change your tire. Now don't nobody care if you out there trying to change your tire. That's why I had to learn myself how to change a tire. But now I just call AAA. But men would do that. They would stop and help you. Women were different then. My mother, she cooked real meals for us. We grew up on real meals. We had vegetables and meat, and we didn't go out and eat a whole lot of McDonald's and Burger King. And I can't stand those two restaurants to this day, but they were different. Their clothing, everything was different. We helped each other with our kids. If Miss Janie's child needed child care, my mom would help them. We just helped, supported each other. We had that sense of community. My mom did so many people's hair. She would straighten their hair. It was just a sense of community. We talked to the young girls. We showed them what respect was. But now, we got so many rappers and stuff influencing our children, and all the ratchetness and the dance and all of that junk is acceptable now. Our sense of community and values are no longer the same. It's just like something now that we may read about. We'll probably read about how families used to be back in the day and how people used to assist and help their neighbors. I'm really afraid of what's to come. I really don't even go anywhere a whole lot, because back in my time, we had assistance for people who had mental issues. There were gun laws. They took a lot of funding away for people to get mental assistance. And it's just not enough resources for mental illnesses. We had different gun laws back then. Now anybody and anything can get a gun. And I'm all about protecting one's family, but I really don't feel like anybody should just be able to get a gun. And, just thinking about it, with all the advancement in technology that we have, all the information that we have, we're not evolving. We're not evolving as a people. Yeah, we evolving with the technology, but mentally, we're not evolving. Socially, we're not evolving. It's all about profits and creating division. And the higher ups, they love to see us divided. They created this hierarchy of the have and the have-nots, the 1% and the 99%. This is not an equal playing field. They are dependent upon people to be prejudiced and racist. They have created all of these classes of people, poor, rich, middle class. They like to see us fighting against one another. And, we play into it though, but it seems like a lot of people are waking up now. And I am so glad about that. I just feel like it's going to get worse before it improves because it's like people are waking up slowly. With all the new technology and everything, there's a decline in human connection and compassion for one another. Men and women don't even respect each other. Marriage is not respected. There's the side chick, the side dude. Don't nobody respect anybody. Children don't respect their parents. Kids can transform now. It's a whole entire new world now. It's not going to get better anytime soon. But a lot of people are waking up. I have nothing against working hard, but I am against working hard and not having a livable wage. Do you all think we'll see a day when people are not fighting each other because the color of their skin or their socioeconomic class? I just think it's going to get worse. But you can do something. We can do something about it. If you have people that you value, keep them close to you. Create your own family, your own tribe. We have to value those traditions that we once had and keep them alive within our own communities. The world around us is changing. Everybody's trying to make profits out of you now, from the pastors to the politicians. We got to be smart. We got to see what's going on, keep our own values, teach our kids, and pay attention to what's happening. Pay attention to what's happening in your government. Y'all, I probably missed some things because I try not to let videos be too long. But I hope you all enjoy your holidays. You all be blessed and always shine bright.